For years, Docker has been the cornerstone of modern software development. It revolutionized how developers build, ship, and run applications, making containers a must-have in every DevOps toolkit. Tutorials, guides, and deployment strategies almost always began with Docker, and it quickly became the industry standard. Whether you were deploying to virtual machines or cloud servers, Docker was the tool everyone relied on. But as technology evolves, so do the tools we use. Recently, a new question has emerged in the developer community. Is Docker still the best option for container management, or is it time to consider alternatives? As developers searched for alternatives, Podman quickly gained attention. At first glance, Podman looks and feels almost identical to Docker. Both are powerful container management tools, but their origins and philosophies set them apart. Docker is developed by Docker Incorporated, while Podman comes from Red Hat, bringing a fresh approach to containerization. The best part for many developers is Podman's compatibility. The same commands you use in Docker work seamlessly in Podman. This means you don't have to relearn your workflow, making the transition smooth and intuitive. One of Podman's biggest strengths is its user-friendly transition. Developers who are used to Docker commands like Docker run, Docker build, and Docker PS will find that Podman supports these commands out of the box. For those who prefer graphical interfaces, Podman Desktop offers a familiar experience, mirroring Docker Desktop's usability. This compatibility means teams can switch tools without disrupting their established workflows, making Podman a practical choice for organizations looking to adapt quickly. The real disruption in the container world came when Docker Incorporated announced a major licensing change for Docker Desktop. As of the 31st of August 2021, Docker Desktop remained free only for small businesses with fewer than 250 employees and less than $10 million in annual revenue. Larger organizations now needed a paid subscription to use Docker Desktop legally for commercial purposes. This shift forced many enterprises to reconsider their reliance on Docker, as the cost and compliance risks became impossible to ignore. Some teams considered ignoring the new licensing rules, hoping to continue using Docker Desktop for free. However, this approach is risky. Docker Desktop collects telemetry and usage data, making it possible to detect large-scale misuse. The license agreement even includes an audit clause, allowing Docker to inspect company records with prior notice. For enterprises, this means that cutting corners could lead to significant legal and financial consequences, making compliance a top priority. Podman's advantages become clear in this new landscape. It is free and open source, distributed under the Apache license, which allows unrestricted commercial use. Podman is also Docker compatible, so developers can continue using familiar commands and workflows. Backed by a large and active open source community, Podman offers a robust alternative that eliminates licensing risks and extra costs, making it an attractive choice for organizations of all sizes. Podman Desktop brings a familiar graphical interface to the table, making it easy for developers who are used to Docker Desktop to feel right at home. The interface is intuitive, allowing users to manage containers, images, and pods visually. This lowers the barrier for teams transitioning from Docker, ensuring productivity remains high while exploring new capabilities offered by Podman. Today, many developers rely on Podman for local development on their laptops and workstations. While container images are still built to Docker standards for compatibility with Kubernetes, the build and test phases can run entirely on Podman. This hybrid approach allows companies to avoid Docker Desktop licensing fees while maintaining smooth production pipelines, blending the best of both worlds. By adopting Podman for development and testing, organizations can keep their workflows efficient and cost-effective. Production environments can still use Docker-compatible images, ensuring compatibility with existing infrastructure. This flexibility means teams don't have to overhaul their entire pipeline, making the switch to Podman a practical and low-risk decision for many businesses. The decision to switch from Docker to Podman depends on your situation. For individual developers, students, or small startups, Docker Desktop remains free and safe to use. However, for larger companies, the legal and financial risks associated with Docker's licensing model make Podman the more rational choice. By switching, organizations can protect their teams from compliance issues while also reducing costs. While both Docker and Podman are powerful containerization tools, the real difference lies in their licensing models and underlying philosophies. Docker's recent changes have made it less accessible for larger organizations, while Podman's open-source approach offers freedom and flexibility. For many, this isn't just about changing tools, it's about adopting a mindset that values adaptability and open collaboration. This shift in container tools is a reminder of a broader lesson in technology. The landscape moves quickly, and developers must always be ready to adapt. Whether it's a change in licensing, new features, or emerging alternatives, staying informed and flexible is key to long-term success. The Docker to Podman story is just one example of how the tech world constantly evolves, pushing us to learn and grow. Podman's rise has been fueled by a strong and active open-source community. Developers contribute to its growth, share best practices, and provide support through forums and documentation. This collaborative environment ensures that Podman continues to improve and adapt to the needs of modern development teams, making it a reliable choice for organizations of all sizes. For those interested in exploring Podman, there are plenty of resources available. The official Podman website offers guides, tutorials, and documentation to help you get started. Tools like Visual Studio Code now include Podman support, making integration into your workflow even easier. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced developer, these resources make the transition straightforward. As the tech landscape continues to evolve, being open to change is essential. The shift from Docker to Podman is just one example of how developers must adapt to new realities, whether driven by licensing, technology, or community support. By staying informed and flexible, teams can ensure they're always using the best tools for their needs, ready to tackle whatever challenges come next.